Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. So today we are going to continue the video lecture series on post-independence. Aduna makha chatharpok oina akoina ngasi naina duisi consolidation of India as a nation hariba sigi ihan hanba phase ni naina duisi sida muk phase 2, phase 3 nangi integration of princely state yengre koi, and then tribal integration gi process ki yankani ko si the theory hum lay approach hum adu ju yankani. So aduna ngasi gi say India da lay ba ko gi post independence era the nation as a theory habi concept amaliza si je karam factors karam ba initiatives or factors or si ma punchilaga si gi theory of nation ji la aduni yeng see from the exam perspective the ko. So post independence it forms a part of the GS paper 1 ko mains ki UPSC mains ki GS paper 1 ki 250 marks in manung da chali question di yam kan hangande but maung da laiba content myam si akoina atopa Indian society topic and then Indian history topic and then even in essay ki quotes and quotation sigumba yam na maru oi. So aduga the entire content of our lecture series is based on the thick book ko Bipan Chandragi India after independence hariba like to content the yumpham warga semba series ngatani. So aduna hoji akoi gi nation gi the unity in diversity haina akoina angang ngare tare si gi India gi nation da binding thread amoina laina ko diversity myam leida su unity apun bagi saktam am uina si concept ja siga look at top factors myam le si myam punchilaga koi hoji leiba nation India da leiba national integration ko nationalism ki concept se kamai to bono sini yeng du se ko. So aduna akoina like the introduction on is mine high ko India gi nation as a theory leja it is not just just post independence that dhok long heta lak na desine ma hai je it is the product of a historical process for 5 centuries ko centuries mamang haktak te horaga from the medieval India de horaga mathang and then ancient India de horaga ko sum jatrak poduna sum semuk pane sini hai je. So aduna laiba despite cultural diversity laiba adagi linguistic diversity racial diversity adagi caste diversity sigumba mayam laiduna su India da common existence common thread ama common consciousness amana bind toroga people mayam se phajilaga thamme sini aduna adugumba phajiliba langla langsil duna ke dore that that acted as a motivating factor as an inspirational factor amoina koi freedom struggle the push to ko aduni haipet charokna sida literary when a high ko lyrics da aduni. So aduna koi unity lays from the political perspective, from the administrative perspective, from the economic perspective or economic angle degi or political angle degi or lenga lon or governance ki or sigum mam se we have already seen in in medieval India the ugre ancient India the ugre sumain high of. So example oina sida high from under the Mughal administration started from the reign of Babu Rege Horogo Bahadur Shah Jafar. See marks it like a Mughal administration that the minor Ugi hype ko. And then aduga some nationalism ki concept some sagalak matamda the terms like Bharat Barsha, Hindustan sigum it gained currency ko. Aduna British ki mayukta how giba how kogi freedom struggle ko and then moina namthaga thamba mogi imperialism and then mogi colonization in a way ko aduna against a huge dagi mayokta ko brick wall amana namthara thambodo in the one of the mayam no kogi leiba siguma diversity mayam je punchilaga moi mayam to hogidna. So in a way colonization akoy the namthagi do it strengthened the unity of India ko aduni akoy na pulap unity pi yu aduni ko aduna. So aduna akoy independence phangye 1947 da. So when India achieved her independence in 1947 we saw the preservation and the consolidation of India's unity as the biggest challenge. Kay biggest challenge am orija ngarang mamangi the yengre ko the princely state chaithoko myam ko in that British India the 40% of the princely of the India's territories were under the respective princess ki makha da leidina ko chaithoga myam le adumba myam consolidate tarpa magi territorial consolidation or political consolidation or it was the one of the biggest challenges because among the British ki impact legacy me andule have divide and rule policy. So aduna diversity is minor authorness my diversity it means differences khang yesi ko differences it could be in the form of genetic diversity and the linguistic diversity ko cultural diversity linguistic diversity India gi leibu gi sang ja ko gi yong ko India gi constitution gi 8 schedule ja sida yauriba language se it amounts total je 22 language ni ko aduga dialect ka ma'am punchil lagadi 1652 language just imagine the amount of linguistic diversity that we have in this country. So cultural diversity from when we go from the Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh and from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari sibok chappa matam da koina uriba cultural diversity ja angak pani Manipur khakta da yangom mini India ki time ni ko urija. And then geographic diversity obviously climatic condition amaga bam tamate localized weather phenomena myam uba phangi ko northeast side na nong chubi heli and then adagi sandy areas in Rajasthan sigum ko marusthali ke sigum balai so we have a lot of geographic diversity economic diversity so like semiloni meng da the prevailing economic inequalities ko sini lai ja and then religious economic diversity myam lai gre pai ge ko imbalanced development ko sigum myam lai dana religious diversity like ma'am si Hindu, Christian, Sikh, Jain ko sida and then group amagi macha oiba mogi thajana ba animistic oiba adum region ma'am like racial diversity obviously like Dravidian lady the Indo-Aryan European ko and then Negrito race like Mongoloid siguma ma'am like dana and then in classes so and then sida caste diversity like ko with respect to Hindu society shima so aduna sigumba kenna balai ba diversity ma'am like duda su ko Siguma diversity it were not to be seen this were not to be seen as the hindrances I think on ubeyaro but it has to be seen as a source of strength so on a lighter optimistic note ni high is author na so aduna akoi India je punchilak ke haiba targa di diversity myam se laibani na ko India je punchilak pa matam that consolidation has to occur around the concept of unity in diversity ko si concept sida punchilak ka daw ne so aduna koigi national consolidation punchilak pa matam da after the independence ko strategy khara semi national leaders me amna kai first territorial integration si ju punchila in tra accession of princely states integration of princely state ada koi Kashmir gi adagi Hyderabad ki and then Junagadh ki magi special oba case yang re ko ma yam na sai theng lai ba to pa am punchila ro si hom je ko Manipur gi di yang je we'll discuss that on a special video session am ding se ko adu ko atopa political and institutional process sida mukai kele ko democracy is a binding factor from east to west and from north to south and then rule of law as envisaged in the provision of the Indian Constitution and then political party homogeneous political party and then universal adult franchise voting rights to all and then judiciary ko India integrated judiciary so I think I'm expecting that every one of us has already gone through the basic concept of Indian polity concept integrated form of judiciary and then universal adult franchise the power of democracy the idea of the rule of law and then homogeneous heterogeneous political parties concept I think we can easily grasp this minute concept absorb and then in the economic development aspect industrial policy resolution 1948 1956 and we have planning commission 1951 which was magi role for the devolution of funds natra and then vertical horizontal policy pretty niti ayog na ma lathok niti ayog think tank on later and then land reform policy si lakani si a big topic on lakani yang kini and then in the form of science and technology na kamay uniting factor amo in a season in the economic development aspect see and then in the social justice stuff removal of inequalities inequalities constitution legislation we have different schemes different programs of successive governments so inequality directive principles of state policy part 4A and then licensing act hana thing ba thamambado hariba atomic energy sector railway sector government gi organic khokani na maya thing ba thambade to have a uniformity throughout the length and breadth of the country and then the promoting small scale industry MSME sector promote biba so that village area da lay ba sing se phagat na ko obviously village area da lay ba rural populace me je phagat pa tar ga di magi counterpart lay ba urban populace so yeng na matam da a form of equality am sha pangam na so from the state's perspective social justice has been ensured aduni ko. And in the fifth we have adagi ko kai sakra pen do okay. Third, economic development like and then social justice like and then the constitution itself ko fundamental rights we have article 14 to 35 ko sorry article 12 to 35 ko 12 to 35 ko part 3 and then directive principle of state policies the preamble the like secularism ki concept secular hype word si preamble the 42nd amendment ko Indira Gandhi government matam na half khibani yengre koi and then we have separation of powers between the legislature executive judiciary ko in every state ta dum si follow tawi ko and then 9 schedule si first amendment act 1951 half khibani and then 8 schedule lady and 8 schedule si language kini language me am si yung regional language lady ba me am si respect to bibo in a constitution the half sale so in a way it were to be seen as a form of national integration natra and then 5th and 6th schedule ko related to scheduled areas ko tribal marilin ba. And then in the area of administration and governance, we have the All India Service, Indian Administrative Service, IAS, Indian Police Service, and then Indian Forest Service. These are 3 All India Service. High ba sigumba sigi strategy sigi factor taruk che sisi naraga strategy mas haba ki framework mas hem hogi ko. So that was the broad strategy for national consolidation. So aduna karam factors na it help in national integration just like in the constitution da. So in the constitution we have the principle of federalism have a word see not mentioned see from Prelims perspective the Congo not mentioned in constitution but there are certain federal features ma'am yawi koi federalism ki principle utti and then accommodative nature between the unity and decentralization golden mean single authority namsi Aristotle gi kenodo middle part just like Buddhism gi ko and then the parliament election secularism and then political party the just self-explanatory the Indian National Congress socialist factors national integration na mating pang having ko INC so asonda lay INC do Manipur lay aduni ladra. And then organization me amri Kisan Sabha FICCI Federation gi ko ni sorry si AITU si hai daw ni suma me amna different stakeholder lay ba trade union gi oiro and then farmers gi opinion oiro ko and then commercial sector da lay ba mi oiro and then trade union gi oiro singumba mayam gi opinion me am the pyramid it gave voice to the various sections of society aduna it helped in the accommodation ko leadership da is a what lady ba cabinet tayari portfolio me am it comprised of wide spectrum of ideology congress katana rule to banate we have Congress Socialist Party socialist ki ideology communist ki ideology and then even RSS ko right wing kambu issue Indian National Congress ki lady and then aduga INC na pariba cabinet da kitore there were 5 non-congress minister in Nehru gi portfolio da ko Ambedkar example Ambedkar ji magi independent labor party dagi na and Shama Prasad Mukherjee ko and Indian Army and all Indian services ko recruitment on merit basis irrespective of caste class religion or race force unity ko si han British ki ram tamri ki doge 1857 revolt thok pa loi gra matung da ki dawra India gi adumba revolt do matung da thorok tana ba haidana magi Indian Army gi recruitment policy do Pathans adagi dumba the favor to gidana adumba do like tre kona post independence era da diko so in the Indian economy and policy the planning commission and then land reform policy and then constitution samlari socialist head of IPR 1948 1956 the foreign policy da koi non alignment movement ko Nehru na lead taro sem giba so and then anti-imperialist policy ko summa factors mayam sina it help in forging the national integration of the country ko so sigi 7 points na yekun biro either through screenshot or just amko pagera so aduna sum smaina punsilok pa matam jida I think ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯗꯕꯗꯤ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅꯅꯤꯀꯣ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯥꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯗꯕꯗꯤ ꯏꯍꯥꯟ ꯍꯥꯟꯕ ꯆꯩꯊꯦꯡꯗ ꯂꯦꯡꯒ꯭ꯋꯦꯖ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯕ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯇ ꯍꯥꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯦ 8 ꯁꯦꯗꯨꯜꯗ ꯌꯥꯎꯔꯤꯁꯤ ꯌꯦꯡꯉꯨꯅꯦ 8 schedule constitution yaurje we have 22 language ne haidra aduga 1652 language dialect ka punchala ngangnari ne sigi asu yam garba loan sida karamba loan na official language oigani haibigi keno je discussion je debate je hore official language habini ko national language habinate we are talking about the official language haibidi keno national language hai ta di kina one language which is all India khudimang na sina gadab language ni ko phone number just hold on okay aduna official language karamba language na official language oigani haibadi parliament da sijina matamda and then law adagi gazette notification thopa matamda in the administration of courts or and then higher education gi irado or sida karamba official language sijina gani haibagi discussion and debate la sida aduna hanan ba dispute am lai sida number 1 da ani subda linguistic reorganization of state si akoi polity da su yengare Laxmikant serista laiba lam region amaga lon ngang si mande Manipuri ngang ba Nagamis ngang ba Assamese ngang ba adagi Arunachal da macha mayam ngang lai ko moi di Hindi jo official language na oi bani so adumai aduna linguistic criteria da state ching ki boundary si yek kadra natraga yek ni ye oi haibagi keno so ngla si akoi yeng keni ko si yeng su yeng re mamang da amgo su yeng si just revision oi na type ta ko mawong da ko aduna one language one state ki concept la kadra la kani la oi si da zo commission myam sengre ko government of India na adu gi matang ne so ihan han ba lai ba hujiki koi official language ki matang gi debate che dispute si da kamai to ga kana si hai je national language na te hai ko it was not the question of a national language ko it was about the question of the adoption of the official language ko aduna demand si ke tore har kanda British na rule tawam na obviously English ti map sin na bhore English se mother tongue na imalon na silasi haibagi demand kara lak by in the higher education da adagi the administration higher education having ko nangi college university or the administration da ade court da ko sum masina si haibagi kara opinion khaga pinare aduna kaigino official language am thok ta har kanda because country gi laibak amagi official work se in court or education do order ke kamyam lari dra law and order gi iba notification adu map do laiba language kuni thode loi ibadi ya pode official language amadri i gidong amma natra ka ani ogira ko adu lingua franca ko haibadi fauna lon amadi leitaba yade koi Manipur da fauna lon chi keno ori dena ko koi English na official ore but Manipuri su oi dena koi community sing imak tade adamai to na throughout the length and breadth of the country fauna naba unity sagat ka hadari lon su factor amane ko aduna fauna lon ama leitaba yade aduna fauna lon sigi karamba fauna lon oi sigi haibagi discussion debate lak matamda candidate ani leba ko ai han ba candidate English ama lere Hindi am like English to story can obviously British ki legacy le me English kang ba mi myam le Hindi juna mother tongue majority of the population loi mak sin natte ko sini ko aduna Motilal Nehru ki matam Jawaharlal Nehru ki mapa 1920 the man of the hagi Hindi je national language adopt endorse ko nationally ko not official aduga INC je koi moi gi thabak ayam ba Hindi da tor mi aduga moina INC ne establish to gi ba provisional congress committee myam sem gi na ko Sigi dadi amu moi gi ba provinces ki ba language sina ki ba adu magi macha factor myam su lai ba aduna hojik achobu question je Hindi sina English se replace to goduira to ba taragadi kyam karamba matam da tawani English se kyam kuina sina ki gani habi question je lak ba hore Hindi support to ba kampu na kamai hai Hindi with Devanagari script nangi ko ka khalei dana ko si si Devanagari script ni Hindi Devanagari script je national language na sinar si Urdu de sinar Urdu jam moina ko si anyway another way so si sinar je hai ko adna voting haure no ba haure ko hamba voting stage 1 da kamai to ga Hindi and Hindustani voteris me ki dole moi vote savitet chi lai ra aduga Congress legislative party moi marakta kana Hindi je official language oina tor si na haira Nehru Azadi moi Hindustani je oina to ko aduga stage 2 amana ki dole Sigi question sina mo Hindi ngang baga non Hindi ko koi northeastern state southern state mam leidana si question chini ke dawa English se replace to ji haiba tar ga di karamba matam da time frame amadi hayo chini si question jinga sai huji a b do adu ni ko haja ado Hindi nga ma kambu na de kai hai phare akoi ji ning tam phange yare phare hana English si na ga la ni huji khudak ta Hindi ora chini immediate switch over ne moi pam adu bu non Hindi speaking ni ki dore moi na pam de ki dore English adom sizinaba ko indefinite hadi matang kak na natra kaso yari kai di English sina se hai benda ko khangi ko yam live question ni ko yam live kanoni opinion ni si ani je khangi ko Hindi ga non Hindi gi marak se aduna proponent kamu na kai har ka har kanda kai gi no mo ni Hindi khale ja because majority me am na ngang se language of the largest number majority me am na ngang hai ba tar ga su mi loi ma ngang budi na te ko am north India da mi am lai ba gi ngang ja bai wani and then aduna Bengali da chatla su Hindi je dum khang bang mi Punjab da chatla su ngang mi sini aduna Hindi je lo da ka su kai de sini but critics na kai ha ka Hindi je less developed language sum ni chum ba se and as a language of science da politics da literature do oro sium ba da Hindi gi oi ba kano laite sini ko magi development kya laite aduna aduga maru na South India kampuna they especially feared that Hindi imposed to dari moi je disadvantages position thamgani sini in education and economics si education and economics high bani ko si da nate mayam sulai obviously Manipur chala Hindi tamo hai da de dum ho dum horokani chamani na ta iro loan hai je it's a very emotional factor am yaw po ne je da so aduna koi constitution da kai harass mind debate la ko sina so English si 1965 pok season na si until 1960 aduga sigi matung da Hindi na replace tor in a face by face manner to jabani adubu constitution masamak si da hai ni ko sa so aduga parliament na would have the power to provide for use of English adubu si hari ba time frame ja parliament na sangdok pa ya ni parliament da power pi ba da English 1965 sina si but parliament still will have the power to provide for the use of English for a specified purposes even after 1965 ko 1965 ki time frame je logi dar su parliament amend tok thoga sang tok pa yai chine ko meanwhile adu bu cherek ta ki dawre government na Hindi je spread tong na ba thodang kya pakhet ka dawne chine ko adu ni hari je so aduna 1956 ta we have the official language commission ko sina ki dawre si commission sina recommendation pi ma tam da kai hai gradual replacement of English with effective change by 1965 ta lo chalo sini ko replace tok tho Hindi tam na change to bo haro sini ko aduna commission na pi ba recommendation je implement tong na ba government of India na thorang kya pa khat bore itu ke series of steps ko so aduna sidagi dum iho hopo la ko protest la ko horni ko in the minds of non Hindi area da ne amana ko amana southern state tani adubu 1959 da Nehru na di assurance am piram balai my statement da ko I would have English as long as people require it ko but sadly unfortunately masigi je realized to ngamdre only after magi machan pi Indira Gandhi na when she sworn in as the PM of the country ko she cannot be duni aduga 1963 da ke dore official language act 1963 je pass tore parliament na sigi act sida ambiguous oi ba haibadi wahan thok mayam pi ba yai ba kai hai sida English may hai ba da may hai ba why constitution yong may hai ba why jam sina shall hai ba wang ko the state shall strive for equality shall nga tani ko shall hai jina definite ne 100% ne pi je ambiguous oi ba lai tre sung choi choi na tok da ba ya da but hari ba official language act 1963 je parliament na pass tor kodum na may have a war sina bde ki dore conflict myam lak pa hore aduna non Hindi area especially South India kangbu na ko sida iho ho ba hore aduga Shastri ji ko Lal Bahadur Shastri ko ma si Tashkent da lei sida ban pra duni ma gi simams thopani aduna mana ki dore Hindi is it announced Hindi as an alternate medium amoina ko public service union public service exam UPSC and state PSC the alternate medium amagi all option pire ko aduna ki dawre non Hindi area da yau ho bawre ko moi ke yau demand mem ho bawre DMK mogi ka party ko Rajaji sin har non Hindi Tamil Nadu 1965 ta slogan ke Hindi never English ever ka si slogan je ko khangjalu se riots broke tore aduga so only high ba riot to namthana ba mogi yasina ba program hona da it was only Indira Gandhi ka matam da information and broadcasting minister paimni mana sympathetic oina ulam ba haidare ko aduna ni mana ngasai mapana hairam ba statement se keno ma ek oina onthorok ni ko so si ho hore so And so aduna 1966 ta when Indira Gandhi sworn in as the prime minister of the country mana bill lama tawre ngasai 1963 act to amend tong na ba ko semdok na ba so ngasai unambiguous one talk myam hanba ya badu one talk amaka hanba ya bai maung da pire me unambiguous so pire and it provided for English as the associate language ko English plus Hindi yana ohel de sina phare na ko for all the government work ki and then union state ki communication purposes ko central government ga state government ga phawna loan adagi official work or sida Hindi and English na ko sini aduga kano jay indefinite matam kak tabi bilingualism adopt ora have English and Hindi to be used ko in PSC exam da and then all regional language huji yaw in region Gujarat the UPSC ga thaba myam yaw ko then adu mamyam ko 22 language da ko even Manipuri ki option yawi thabagi have optional paper in Manipuri le jaba but GS paper me amje Manipuri de ibe yabagi ko do karam tam di tong na dri do man ke anyway so adna recap when hujiki revision 1956 ta official language commission laira 1963 da MPS act oi beto ko kona machana pina 1966 ta permanent act by Indira Gandhi ko so that problem aduna ngasagi problem language ani conflict lab it wither away since 1967 ko so that is the power of democracy and the power of representative form of government ko aduni hai je so author sumane and on a lighter note my usually so that was the power of democracy in the political history of India ko so sidal lore so this was the entire discussion on the and then next koi linguistic reorganization of state se charak na yeng si because it is very important oi maru oi from mains and prelims perspective so maru oi nangi chronology de am hang bani ko so sidal lore thank you have a nice day.